Paul Smith is our next panellist. Paul is currently Executive Director of Liverpool Biennial. Paul has extensive experience of both the arts and business in the UK and the US, having worked with organisations including Bank of America, Santander, Belfast Waterfront Hall, the Grand Opera House, and Prime Cut Productions. He has also worked in politics and for arts and business. This work concentrated on learning, business and organisational development, and creating a better environment for business and arts partnerships. His passions include providing enriching learning and development for our children, and sustainability, in the sense of improving quality of life without shifting problems to others, either elsewhere in the world or in the future. Paul Smith.
Hedgehogs. Why can't they just share the hedge? Just trying to see if you're awake. Obviously not. That's my second best opening line. I'm not going to use the first one because I think you can only use it 3 times and I'm already on 2, so apologies for that. Thank you for the presentation, John. I found myself, for whatever reason, thinking of 2 things, 2 anecdotes or parables while you were telling that. One is the story of a woman who's in her 90s, her early 90s, and lives in Carlton, Yorkshire. And her son comes back for a visit and decides that wouldn't it be great to take a little drive out into the country and see what happens. Now, this is a woman who's never left the small village in which she was born and didn't really travel anywhere. And as they're traveling, they see this giant new cake factory on the edge of town. And he, of course, points this out and shows it as a sign of growth and change, and isn't that brilliant? And she looks at it and thinks, And she says to him, what did they build that for? They'll never sell all those cakes in Carlton. The second is, if you look at young people, children, and you give them a test about creativity, about 98% of 4 and 5-year-olds will test at a genius level for creativity. The older they get, the lower that number gets until you get to be an adult, when only 2% test positive for creativity, genius level creativity. The average 5 or 6-year-old can come up with 40 to 60 solutions to any particular problem. The average adult, 5 or 6. It's completely backwards. Now, I think I don't know why those popped in, but as I was thinking about it and listening here, I think I know what that's about. The first story is about perspective. Because, of course, while the son had grown up, gone away to the big city, and found what he thought was aspirational, for her, quality of life was probably wonderful. She was quite happy with where she was. And in response to what you're talking about, I think I wanted to leave that on the floor as a possible thing to pick up as we go along. The second probably came into my mind because really that livability scale was about the absence of problems in someone's way. And if you think about what happens to young people, that they can outperform us at such a huge level, but as we get older, when we should be getting more capable, we actually get less capable in that area, is that there is something about the way that we're socialized and our world builds up around us that actually removes our ability to solve problems in a creative way. And I wanted to bring that back in as well, because in response to what you're saying, it's great having a tool. But the question that always comes to my mind when I have a tool is, what will we do with that? And what difference can we make with that? Thank you.